Hi everyone, today we're going to look at this fingerprint padlock. As you can see it right here. Now it's an indoor use padlock, so you can't use it outside. But how it works is you just rub your finger over it a few times and it unlocks. So you can actually store 10 fingerprints in it so that you can use, I guess, both hands, and or you can share with other people. So we're going to see how you set it up because it is a bit tricky, and then we'll do a few impressions. Okay, the first thing you would do is you would push the button here, and then you're going to open up this bottom panel, and this is the setup key. So you would push the setup key, and then you would rub your finger over it several times, and then you're going to have the light would switch to blue, and that means that you've got it set up as an administrator. And so at that point, you can actually start to begin setting fingerprints up. So again, you push the setup key, and you don't want to lose the instructions for this because it's going to be real important. You push the setup key, which is down here, and then you rub your finger over it until it turns blue. Now if you fail, you'll see a red light. So that's how you set the administrator, and then at that point we can set some fingerprints up. So we'll set up a fingerprint next. Okay, so we're going to set up the fingerprint recognition. So we're going to push the setup key down below. We're going to do the administrator fingerprint. That comes on. So now we're going to do a different finger. And I've not actually used the thumb, so a blue light comes on. Now what we can do is push that. Now I rub my finger over it, and it opens. So you saw me set it up. So again, I push the setup button down here, use my administrator finger. I waited for the blue and red light to come on. I scanned the new finger over it until the blue light came on. And again, you turn it on again by pushing the standby button, and it opens. Now one more thing to see is that there's a key in here, and this is called the setup key. Now not to be confused with the startup key and the standby key, but this is the setup key. And what this will do is you can put this in, and it erases all of the data that's in the padlock, so you don't have to worry about if you forget what finger is your administrative key or whatever. You can keep you can reset everything on it. Now you're going to want to make sure that you keep these directions. Now I will say the directions are okay. They're not great. They're written in clear English, but they're not quite as descriptive as I'd prefer. A couple other things. Again, this is indoor use only, so you're not going to be able to use this outside. You wouldn't want the electronics to get wet and then you're permanently locked out. It does take 2 AAA batteries, and your fingerprints do remain stored internally in the memory even if the batteries do die. So kind of keep that in mind. It is kind of you can rest assured on that. It seems to be a durable padlock. I've not been able to open it without my fingerprint. And again, so final verdict on it, I'm going to give it 4 to 4.5 stars. The setup is a little bit more cumbersome than I like, and it does take a little patience and practice, but it's doable. Again, follow the directions I showed, and hopefully that'll make it a little easier for you. And again, remember what the 3 things are. You've got the setup key, you've got, and again, again, it is confusing. So you've got the setup key, the standby key, which is right here, and then the startup key, which is kind of hidden in this little panel right there. So if you keep that in mind, it shouldn't be too difficult to set up. It'll just take a little bit of practice. You can store 10 fingerprints in it, which is kind of cool. But my final verdict on again is 4 to 4.5 stars. If you have any questions, let me know and I'll do my best to answer. Take care and have a great day.